welcome to my channel. My name is Sylvia and my channel is all about art and craft. Now, quite some time ago I did a video and showed you how I was doing it with my pattern paper to organise it so I would actually use it. And I did say this was just a temporary solution. So I managed to find an old folder, and what we're going to do today is decorate it. And I'll just move this out of the way. We're going to decorate it and then we're going to put everything in there. And this video is done due to the fact that I'm so busy at the moment trying to reorganise everything in my room, and this is part of it. So I thought we'll just do something for fun. So what I've done is I've got a heap of things together, and what I've got is just a piece of A3 printing paper that I've cut to size. It's going to go on top here, but what we're going to end up doing is just cutting these notches out, and I'll show you how when we get to it. And the other piece that I've cut out is, actually no, I didn't cut it out. This is just a normal A4 size. It's also printing paper, but it's 250 GSM, which is literally cardstock material. So I'm going to be using that as well. And then I've got another piece of printing paper, which is just a leftover from the A4 size, A3 size, sorry, which we're going to end up putting over the top here. And we're actually going to sort of bring it around the back. Then I've got a piece of cardstock that I just quickly cut to size, and that's where I'll be doing the writing on it. And I sort of figured, since it's all to do with pattern paper, I use up some of my scraps. How cool is that? I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, so you're going to need all of those sort of things. The other things you're going to need is some double-sided tape, of course, tacky glue, of course, and I might actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to use these, but some washi tape, a artist pen or any sort of black pen that you want to use for writing, could even be an alcohol marker, entirely up to you. And we're going to need an X-Acto knife, and I better get mine out because I forgot, and a ruler. Okay, those are the only things that we're going to need. So, to get started, what I'm going to do is move the folder over to one side. I'm going to take our biggest piece of paper, and what I'm going to do is lay some of this cardstock out. I did have a way I was going to do it, but I can't remember it, so we'll just do it whatever way. Like so. And maybe that one, just there. And a bit of that one. and and we'll use that one as well. I think that'll be enough. Yes, it will be. So, first thing I'm going to do is grab one at a time and put some double-sided tape on. Tell you what, this hot weather over here is just not stopping. It's crazy. At least I was smart today. So, and I'll show you in a minute what I've done. I've actually got my ceiling fan on in here because we don't have air conditioning. And I've got the roller shutter down to keep the heat out as much as possible. But it does still warm up quite a bit in here, especially when you've got the computer on as well. So I'll show you in a minute. There we go. I'm not going to worry about putting one in the middle. Doesn't matter. Anyhow, in order for me to stay cool, I actually got a hand towel which I'll wet with cold water, and I've got that wrapped around the back of my neck. And I tell you what, it's working wonders. Why didn't I do that beforehand? Oh God. I could have stopped all this torturing. Never mind. So I tortured myself for a couple of days. Never mind. Okay, so now what we're going to do is move that out of the way a little bit, and we're just going to go into the corner the best we can and place it down. Move that one out of the way, and down it goes. If it goes over, it doesn't matter. That's why we've got the X-Acto knife for after and the ruler, so that we can cut it away neatly. So next I'll do this one. And what I might do is I'll quickly do these all off camera so I don't have too much editing to do and the video will be shorter. So back shortly. Now I thought I'd quickly show you, because this one is going to be sort of over the edge. What you want to do is sort of, I generally just do it with my nail, just put a little mark there so that you know where to put the tape. Because honestly, there's no point of putting the tape where you're not going to stick it, right? So, and what I do is I actually put it underneath that line, just in case I'm a little bit out, and put it like that. Okay, so I thought I'd just quickly show you that. So I'll go back to what I was doing. Okay, so I did do it slightly different, but it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over, and we're going to grab our ruler, and we're going to follow the paper, our actual paper, printing paper that we've got underneath, and we're just going to start cutting along like so. We might have to go over it a couple of times. Beautiful. And because this area is so long, we'll just move it along a little bit. So I still end up with little bits of scrap, you see, except for this one here, because this one's got glue on the back of it, so because I didn't think about it at the time. That's alright. It's only a little bit of scrap that ends up in the bin, so I don't mind too much. Okay. Yeah, head it that way. That's it. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to glue down our cardstock, and for that we're going to use the tacky glue. I better make sure that it gets to the bottom. You don't want to put it on too thick, because otherwise it'll take forever to dry. But you also don't want to do too little, because that's when you run the risk of it coming away. So, and that's just something that we don't want. And then you're going to find a spot where you can pick it up, and then you put your other bit of paper back down. And you hold it very, very carefully, and you work out where you're going to put it down. I think I'll put it down right about, no, that's not what I was going to do, that's right. I was going to come over more this side, because of the fact that we've got that little section that we need to cut out. Go. I'll stick that down. I might grab the ruler and just scrape along to make sure it's really sticking. Ruler's probably not the best thing to use, but anyway, it'll do. Okay. So now that we've done that, what we're going to do is I'm going to grab a bit of washi tape, bugger it. I really, really want to. Which one shall we use? I know. This one right here. I like this one. I'm actually going to run that along here. Like so. And yes, I could rip it, but I'm not going to. I'm just very carefully slicing it with the X-Acto knife, like so. There we go. Now that I've done that, I feel like I need to do something all the way around. Oh, why don't we? We'll use the same one. But what I'm actually going to do is come up higher. Down. Like so. And cut it along there. Like so. Look at that. Now it's got a nice little border around it. So next I'm just going to write on it. How well will my writing be? No idea. Let's just go for it. I'm going to colour that bit in. And then we're just going to have some fun. Why not? Okay. Here, I'll use this one. It'll show you how I don't write straight. How's that? Whoopsie. Something I've always struggled with. Unable to write in a straight line. Now with this bit here, it becomes a little trickier, but not impossible. So we're just going to stop there. And I suppose I'll cut it in an angle. Like that. Because then we can come on the other side. Like so. And cut it reasonably straight here. Like that. Now because I actually just stuck that over the top of the A, I'm just going to come in and fix it up. I mean, no one's really going to see this anyway, so it's just me having a bit of fun. And then what I'm going to do, okay, where's the end of this one? Oh, I found it. A little bit in this one. So, not perfect, that's okay. We're not looking for perfection, we're just having some serious fun, that's all. I'm going to put a little bit of this orange in. And the fact that it's see-through, even better. There. Just something different. And then what I'm going to do is grab my black artist pen and just colour the rest in black. What I'm actually going to do, because it is bugging me, I'm going to cut that bit off. I mean, that's the one thing I do like about washi tape. It's easy to just remove a little bit without ripping the paper. Now I'm just going to pull that in a bit, like so. I might be able to go over the top of this one, like so. Woohoo, check it out. So, down here, I'm thinking, because I'm always thinking, first I've got to find it. Ah, I found it. Look at that. What I'm going to do is actually put some strips in, different washi tape. Like so. I'll cut that little piece off, just so that we still have that nice little border. And then I'll grab this one, and you know what, I can probably add this little piece here, maybe. No, it's not really working, but that's alright. We'll just put that little bit there. Like so. And we'll come in this one. What I'm actually going to do is leave a little bit of a gap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing all the way to here. And once I've done that, I'll come back and then I'll show you what we'll do next. Okay, so I decided to grab one of my alcohol markers. This one's the touch markers, and this one's called Peach. It's number 18 if you've got them. If not, don't worry about it. Any sort of alcohol marker will do. And what we're actually going to do is just colour in the gaps. Again, I'll go all the way up to here, and as you can see, it actually kind of is looking pretty amazing already, just by what we've done. I might end up using some stamping ink just to put a little bit of colour up here, but other than that, this will be done. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so what I've actually done is I've grabbed two colours. I've got Split Pea in Versacolour, and this one, it's not actually a brand name, it's Colour Palette it's called, and it's got a lilac colour in it. And so I thought I'll combine the two onto here. Now, I've got these little sponges and I've used them before, as you can see, and it's all over my hands, of course, because it doesn't actually dry on there. So I thought I'll see how I go with these, to see if I can get quickly onto the cardstock and make it look quite nice too. So I'm going to start off with the split pea. And I'm just going to rub it on. Oh, look at that, guys. I'm not shaking you anymore. Haha. My little trick worked. I've actually moved my tripod onto the floor. So I thought, oh, I'll see how that goes. See if I can, you know, still get the height with the camera. And, you know, stop shaking you guys around. And apparently I've achieved it, so you beauty. Now it is leaving like little marks on there, but you know what? I'm not worried. So it'll do. And then, oh look, I even got the colour on this one. Oh boy. And then we'll use the other one, the lilac. I know this one is super juicy and the pad's actually falling apart, so I think it might be because there's way too much in there. Whoever used it stuffed it up basically. Only downside about you know, getting things second hand, but you know what, the fact that I've got actually colours around me now rather than just the black, that to me is pretty awesome. So I'm just going to blend that into the other colour. Mind you, I'll tell you what, this is blending much nicer. But yeah, the pad is literally falling apart. It's funny. But you know what? They were for free, so I am so not going to complain. And I don't even have to touch it a great deal, so and I'm picking up heaps of colour. There we go. We'll just do this area here. Okay, now I'm going to need something. The pad off, because I don't want that all over the page here, so I'm guessing this pad is going to end up in the bin. As long as I can get enough out of it without completely destroying it. Right now, that's alright. Now I might even come up with a way where I can maybe put something over the top to stop it from peeling away. I mean, if you guys have any ideas on how I might be able to save it, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. I figure there's always a way around things, so, and if you've already experienced this and you've got a solution, It would be awesome if you can share it with the rest of us, because I'm sure this is not going to be the first time I'm going to come into challenges like this. There'll be plenty more, I'm sure. Okay. Now, unfortunately, because I had so many challenges with it, I didn't blend it in with the what's it called, split pea colour, but that's okay. I'm not going to be concerned about it. So the next thing we're going to do is turn this around, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some double-sided tape around the edges, probably a couple in sort of in the middle, and then use some tacky glue as well, because I want to make sure it sticks really well to this. And then I'll come back and we'll move on to the next stage. So back shortly. Okay, so I only put a little bit of tacky glue on and dip the double-sided tape like I said. So what I'm going to do is lift that up, bring the folder over, and very carefully I'm going to line this up. Like so. Now, if you remember, I said we had to cut those 2 notches out. Now, despite the fact that I've already put glue on, it doesn't really matter, because I can just wipe the glue off here and it's gone. And what you can actually do is press this down and with the X-Acto knife you're just going to start cutting around. And I've actually found this to be the best way to do it. Because you get it pretty accurate that way. Now, unfortunately, this one has been deteriorating for a bit, so, and as you can see, I can now see where I've cut through properly. So I'll just go over it again. And if you can't get it to come through properly, just go through here and very gently cut it away, like so. And that way you get a pretty neat cut. And that one I didn't cut through properly at all, so we'll do this one again as well. I tell you what, if you're in the US or UK, wherever you are overseas, I know the weather's getting nice and cold for you guys, be grateful. I just checked what the temperature's going to be tomorrow, and I just went, oh my god. We are so melting here in Australia, honestly. Now, for you guys in the US and that use of Fahrenheit, they say tomorrow's going to be 107.6. My estimation is it's going to be about 113, or anywhere between the 107.6 to 113 Fahrenheit. So yeah, we're not copping it lightly here at all. We've had no spring and summer just hit awfully hard. Am I impressed? No, not really. Now, of course, by the time you see the video, it would have been yesterday. Okay, so just to let you know, because I'm actually doing the video a little bit earlier in order to make sure that I can stick to my challenge. There we go. I'm going to tidy that up with the scissors. So I'll quickly grab the scissors and then just get that off. Job done. So far anyway. Okay, so next we're going to do the other bit. And of course we're going to do a similar thing. Well, although I'm still debating which way I'm going to do it. I might put that one there. I might actually overlap them a little bit. I reckon that'll be the way to go. Overlap those two. Overlap that a little bit. I mean, I know you're not going to be able to see everything, but you know. It's alright. Yeah. I think that's how I'll do it. And so it'll be the same scenario. Stick them all down and then we'll stick this over the top. However, before we do, what I will do is decorate this, because I won't put this on before we put the whole piece on there, because we're going to have to work out where exactly we're going to put it. So this one's going to be slightly different on the process. That'll be pretty cool. So again, I'll quickly do this off camera and then I'll be back. What I'll do is, once I've stuck them down, I'm actually going to already, you know, cut it back out like we did before, because that's pretty much all the same. And then we'll do this bit. So back in a second. Okay, so that side of things is completely done. So next stage, we're going to have to glue this onto here, and I'm going to do it probably so it's up like that, because I'm going to do something with the bottom here to cover that up. And I'll probably leave this gap here, although I don't really like it. Although I might end up using a bit of washi tape, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how we go. So what we actually want to do is hold it there, and we want to fold it over so that, you know, it gives us the indication of where the fold is, or the bend is in the folder. Okay, because what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to put some double-sided tape along the one side and then again on the other side in order to give it that extra strength. So I'm going to do that bit first, and I can see my line along here. That's where the curve is. another one coming across, and then we'll put one in the middle. So you might sort of think, oh, you're going overboard, but because of the area that we're doing, it's best to do that, because yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for it to come away than when you do the front bit. So there we go, and then we'll just grab our tacky glue and we'll just put some here, just like that. I'm not going to put any in there because that's where the fold is, and we'll just add some in here like so, and then we can start taking the backing off. Like so. There we go. And then we're going to pick it up very carefully. Turn it the right way, so you want to make sure that the double-sided tape, where we doubled it up basically, is going to be on this side. And then I'm going to try and line this up with the top. And I'm going to have to feel for it because I can't see, because I'm sitting down. And then we'll just fold this over. Like so. Alright. So we're going to leave it sitting like this. And what I'm actually going to do is I'll grab some washi tape again, and I'm going to go from there across and over, and I'll just use the scissors because I've got it here. Bring that down. Now, because I know washi tape is not a very strong tape, this one I literally need the X-Acto knife to get the backing off. That's how strong it is. It's literally like super glue. Alright, and I'll rip it there. Because at least that way I've got one area where it's sticking really, really well. Alright, and then I'll grab the other one. I'm going to make sure I've got a straight piece here, because we did the angle bit before. I have to just cut a little bit off, and then what I'm going to do is stick that over the top like so. Oh no, this is going to stick. It's got no chance of coming off. Well, okay, maybe a little chance. But I'm going to say it's got Buckley to none chances. So there you go. Alright, so now that we've got that down, I'm actually thinking of doing this bit first. Be smart about it. So remember the circle that we've got in here? Again with the X-Acto knife, just cut around. There we go. Look at that. Job done. Now I could be cheeky, but it'll also be tricky, so no, I'm not going to do it. I was actually thinking about putting some washi tape around here, but yeah, too tricky. But what I will do, and I use my strong double-sided tape again, and I'm going to put that here, like so. And again use my X-Acto knife to lift the corner without taking the tape off at the same time. There we go, it's there. Pull that off. Now although it's not sticking down properly, it will in a minute. And I'll just use this washi tape again, because that way it'll sort of blend in with the one that we've got down the bottom there. We'll put that right up there. And we'll start bringing it down and really rubbing it down. Like so. Wow. Look at that. Beautiful. So that's pretty much what it looks like. Now, you know what? I will put some washi tape along here. Only because this side's not, this bit here is not glued down properly. So what I'll do is I'll use a strong adhesive again, so that I can do it in a way that it's not going to turn into an issue. Like so. And I'm actually going to double check on this, and it's working fine, so awesome. Okay, and then we'll just pull it open like that again. Use our X-Acto knife. Looks a bit better. Nicely neaten up. So the next thing we'll be doing this bit, doing our writing, and this time we're going to do the writing differently. So what we're going to do is right from the top down. And I'm going to do it all capitals this time. Hang on, girl. Yeah. And then we'll leave a bit of a gap. Okay. There we go. And this time I'm actually going to just grab this bit of washi tape and go in between the two words and stick that down and around, you know. And then I'm just going to put some on the sides. Nothing too fancy. Like so. Now what I'm actually going to do is sort of almost halfway down the washi tape, and I'm going to have to take it off right on the edge there, which didn't really work, but that's okay. We'll just cut it like so, and then fold it over, and then we'll come on this side. So I'm actually keeping it pretty basic. It's just time consuming because of all the little stages that we've got to go through. But other than that, hey, whatever works. And at least I haven't got this boring black folder sitting there, so I'm not going to complain. Okay, so I'm going to use this double-sided tape again. There we go. Make sure you have it the right way again. And then, oh, that came, must be super hot in here, but that's alright. It'll settle down. And then what I'm going to do is kind of line it up like that and just tape it down like so. Look at that. And then you can open the folder just like that. Come on. The trouble of reusing old folders. Never mind. Okay. So, excuse me. I just want you to come off. Thank you. Alright. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this upside down, or back to front on here. That's what I'm going to do. Just grab them. Yeah, that didn't work. Ah, yes, it's boiling hot in here. I know, I'm suffering. And then I can just put these in here. Now, I do hope you enjoyed this video. And please do give us a thumbs up, because, you know, it will really help me out. And if you're new to my channel and you want to see more videos on being creative, because it's basically what I'm about being creative. It doesn't matter whether it's art, whether it's craft, and it doesn't even matter what type of crafts or anything like that. So if you want to see more videos like this and, you know, other things as well, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you get notified the next time I put another video up. Hey, hang on, that'll be tomorrow. Cool. So there you go, you wouldn't have long to go before you get notified. And now, as you all know, well, some of you know, the ones that are already been subscribed, you would know that I currently have a challenge where I want to be able to put a video up on a daily basis. Now, I'm doing pretty well. Not sure how I'm going to go once tomorrow comes, which will be yesterday for you guys once you see the video. But if I still manage to pull it off, I want to know from you guys if you'd rather me do videos on a daily basis, or whether you would prefer if I, you know, did a few less, because of the fact that the videos can be quite lengthy. So do leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know. And the other thing is also, I mean, although I've got this particular challenge, you know, if you've got a challenge that you've made yourself when it comes to art and craft, feel free to go over to my Facebook page and, you know, upload some photos if, you know, you're challenging yourself to be creative on a daily basis, or, you know, whether it's painting or doing crafty things, whether it's, you know, card making, whatever it is, come and share it with me. I'd love to see the work that you do. And yeah, and we get to know each other and you know, be a true community of people that have a passion for being creative. So anyhow, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and until then, I do hope that you get a chance to be creative. Until then, bye for now.